Tonight, the skies are the newest front in a global power struggle. China has done it. The C919, Beijing's answer to Boeing and Airbus, is flying with a domestically produced engine. This isn't just engineering, it's a geopolitical earthquake. The West's monopoly on aviation technology is over. The C919's new engine is a declaration of independence, a direct challenge to a century of Western dominance. Today, December 10, 2025, that rivalry burst into the open. Images of the C919, painted in a major Chinese airlines livery, taking off with its own CJ1000A engines, are everywhere. This aircraft is more than a new choice for airlines, it's a shift in the global balance of technological power. The world is watching. How will Boeing and Airbus respond? The C919 story began with a US move to restrict exports of advanced jet engines, aiming to keep China grounded. The logic: without Western propulsion, China's flagship would remain a showpiece. But the bet backfired. The restrictions became a catalyst, not a roadblock. Beijing saw it as a challenge to sovereignty, turning the quest for a homegrown engine into a patriotic mission. The message: China will no longer depend on the West for the technologies of the future, and it would do so with a speed and determination that stunned the world. Washington's decision to restrict the sale of the CFM LEAP 1C engine to China was bold and risky. The engine, a marvel from GE and Safran, was the C919's lifeblood. The thinking: control the engine, control the aircraft's future. It was a strategic play to protect American jobs and technology. But this move came amid a broader tech rivalry, with aerospace as the next battleground. By limiting engine exports, the US aimed to slow China's ascent and prevent a state-backed competitor from flooding the market. The global consequences were immediate. Supply chains were thrown into uncertainty, and airlines grew nervous. America's allies, especially in Europe, faced a dilemma, caught between US policy and the vast Chinese market. The restrictions signaled a new era. Politics, not just performance, would now determine who could buy what. But the most significant impact was psychological. In China, the move was seen as a national humiliation and a call to action. The challenge became about defending national honor, not just building an airplane. The US gambit, meant to clip the C919's wings, instead gave it a powerful tailwind. It turned a commercial project into a national crusade. The political capital for a massive state-funded push towards self-reliance was now in place. America tried to put China in a box, but instead, it lit a fire. China didn't retreat, it doubled down. Beijing launched a national crusade, built a world-class jet engine from scratch. Billions poured into the Aero Engine Corporation of China, or AECC. The project became a matter of supreme national importance, mobilizing the country's best minds and resources. Engineers, many trained in the West, were recruited as national heroes. They worked in secretive, state-of-the-art facilities driven by patriotic duty. The project symbolized national rejuvenation and the end of technological dependence on the West. China spent over $45 billion building not just an engine, but an entire industrial ecosystem. New factories produced exotic superalloys. Advanced manufacturing techniques were mastered. The effort drove innovation across materials science and engineering. Failure was not an option. Many experts doubted China could catch up, believing it was decades behind. But they underestimated China's resolve and the power of a top-down system. The nation's ability to direct resources and tolerate years of trial and error proved decisive. The breakthrough came sooner than anyone expected. The AECC CJ1000A engine completed testing and was ready for commercial flight. This homegrown power plant freed the C919 from Western technology. The CJ1000A is a high-bypass turbofan, tens of thousands of parts working in harmony. It's a quantum leap for China's aerospace industry, and a symbol of technological sovereignty. The engine's success is a source of immense national pride, and validates China's strategy of massive state investment. Industrially, the CJ1000A changes everything. China now controls its own aerospace supply chain. COMAC can manage its production, costs, and destiny. The door is open for a family of Chinese aircraft, all powered by domestic engines. The ripple effects: high-skilled jobs, innovation, and a path to aerospace superpower status. The CJ1000A may not match Western engines yet, but it works, and that's enough. With a captive market, China can iterate and improve rapidly. The CJ1000A is just the beginning. More advanced engines are already on the drawing board. With its own engine, the C919 is now a true contender against Boeing and Airbus. On paper, the jets are similar: single-aisle, narrow body, carrying 160-190 passengers. The C919's performance is slightly behind in fuel burn and range, but it has a powerful advantage. China's home market. China will soon be the world's largest aviation market, needing thousands of new planes. State-owned airlines are directed to prioritize the C919, guaranteeing massive orders. This captive market lets COMAC scale up, refine manufacturing, and fund R&D, shielded from direct Western competition. The C919 is also aimed at developing nations, especially those in the Belt and Road Initiative. For these countries, the C919 offers a new, affordable option, often with attractive financing and infrastructure deals. The sale becomes geopolitical, not just commercial. Challenges remain. The C919 must earn trust from international regulators and build a global support network. But with state backing, these are hurdles, not barriers. The C919 may not win on performance today, but it's built to win on price, politics, and potential. The world now has a third option. The C919's rise is a case study in state-led industrial strategy. Beijing has orchestrated a long-term plan to break the Western aerospace duopoly. This includes massive investment, coordinated R&D, and a protected domestic market. State-owned airlines are guided to place huge orders ensuring stable production. China's approach disrupts the Western model, leveraging the full power of the state. COMAC answers to the Communist Party, not shareholders, and focuses on a 30-year plan for global leadership. The C919, with its Chinese engine, signals a move toward a bifurcated supply chain. China is replacing Western components with domestic alternatives, aiming for immunity from sanctions. Global suppliers must choose deepen ties with China, or risk being shut out. The C919 is more than an aircraft, it's an instrument of influence. China offers package deals, planes, loans, and infrastructure, all tied to the Belt and Road Initiative. This intertwines commercial sales with strategic partnerships, redrawing alliances. The West sells airplanes, China sells a development package, with the C919 as its flagship. A Chinese-made competitor sends shockwaves through global aviation. For Boeing and Airbus, the loss of China's market means hundreds of billions in lost sales. This impacts their ability to invest in next-generation aircraft, letting China close the gap faster. The world of aviation is splitting into two spheres, one flying Boeing and Airbus, the other flying Chinese jets. This aviation curtain could complicate travel, maintenance, and safety standards. The choice of aircraft becomes a political statement. Airlines may benefit from lower prices and more negotiating power, but face new complexities, mixed fleets, higher maintenance, and political risks. Regulators must decide, certify the C919 and open markets, or refuse, and risk retaliation. The decisions of Asia, Africa, and South America will determine the C919's global reach. The future of aviation is being redrawn. The C919's success will shape the new map of global flight. The world is watching. Industry leaders are grappling with this new reality. A senior Western engineer might say, the CJ1000A is a game changer, not as efficient as ours, but good enough. They'll iterate fast. We underestimated their resolve. Our restrictions may have accelerated their progress. A US-China policy analyst. The engine restrictions backfired. The C919's success is a blow to American prestige and a win for China's state capitalism. Countries in the global south now see the C919 as a symbol of a changing world order. An aviation analyst in Singapore. Airlines are pragmatic. The C919's selling points are availability and price. COMAC can deliver faster, with attractive financing. The challenge is building the ecosystem. Parts, maintenance, training. But China is moving fast. They're playing the long game. A former ESA regulator. Our job is safety. The C919 and CJ1000A must undergo rigorous certification. We need millions of hours of flight data and full transparency. There can be no shortcuts. The trust of the flying public is paramount. Until the C919 proves it's as safe as a Boeing or Airbus, its access to our skies will be limited. The world's regulators, airlines, and manufacturers are all recalibrating. The C919's journey is just beginning. The stakes are global. The future of flight is up for grabs. The ascent of the C919 is more than a new chapter. It's a new book in aviation history. The Western duopoly is ending. A multipolar world is taking flight. Power is shifting eastward, redrawing supply chains and competition. In Asia, Africa, and the Middle East, the C919 is an opportunity to diversify and strengthen ties with China. In Europe, there's anxiety and skepticism. In North America, deep concern. The C919 faces hurdles: global trust, support networks, and long-term reliability. But China has the will, resources, and market to nurture its aerospace industry. The C919 is just the beginning, a platform for future ambitions. The sky is big enough for more than two players. The C919's arrival could spur innovation and lower costs, but also raises new geopolitical tensions. The choices made now will shape the future of flight. The roar of the C919's engine is a wake-up call. A new power has taken flight, and the world of aviation will never be the same.